Super Bowl champs, under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Carolina Panthers. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Carolina. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team who just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, he shifts past him. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. 44 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. Back to throw. Carter. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. They'll run with Carter. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in? And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Panthers have moved out in front. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Akers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the 1st drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the... Kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Carter. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Back to throw. Carter. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, One guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
We'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the option, here's Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 42.
56 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 39, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews. He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown! Mark Andrews. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the New York Jets. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And you can see they've started the season with a focus on the running game, and it served them well in the opener so far. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Carter. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. On the give, this is their fullback. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. To throw on 3rd down, Carter. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 22 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He finds his man complete. That's Bowers. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 21. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. That time the right guard sending him backwards. And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Off the option, here's Akers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here's Carter throwing to start the drive. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's the Panthers punter now. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Off the option, here's Akers.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And his kick is indeed good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Back to throw is Carter on 1st and 10. He's going to air one out, and that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 86 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Back to throw. And it's caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Bro, he really tries with it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know, from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some space here. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones, sometimes you get great ones, and that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when you're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime, what type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked on all the way through? It's going to give you the play we saw to win the game. Because I know everyone's thinking that was something they just drew up. It might have been something they've been working on, and now they got the right matchup.
So for the Panthers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next.